I've been searching all day trying to find the perfect campground for a vintage camper. Everywhere I go, it's all tents, no vintage campers. I finally found one that had one vintage camper in it. Upper Stony Creek Campground, day use. Very cool. I'm gonna kind of take you through it and show you the one vintage camper that I found this whole trip so far. Check it out. Kind of come into the campsite right here, but kind of look at this. Gigantic rock, gigantic tree. Let's see what, I mean, look at just the size of this log. Gigantic. Look at this. I mean, this is right on, this is right on your campground and your campsite. And look at this, these giant sequoias. That's just where they are. Look at that. Look at that. You just kind of go down here. Just look at all the hiking you can do right here. And it's very inexpensive to stay here. This is nice, very nice. I have to consider this as one of my top so far places to stay. Here it is, the only vintage camper I could find in all of Sequoia National Park campground. Check out this Toyota truck camper. Take a look at that CB antenna right there on the passenger side. Also, look at the front end. That is a dead giveaway that it is vintage. There is a carburetor under that hood for sure. Just outside of the campground, something alarming. Let you take a look at it. I had to show you. I think that right near the campground, the hippies have invaded. Going to walk through and try not to topple any. All over down here. Not sure what it means, but I'm right in the middle of it, so I'm not going to say Beetlejuice 3 times. Took you through the campground, a couple of campgrounds really, and I wanted to give you my impressions while we're here, as you can see, in the giant Sequoia Forest. Really great trip, a lot of great scenery. The campgrounds are really neat, but the thing that I've noticed is, other than the one I showed you, there's no vintage campers here. So there's a lot of new campers. There's a lot of rental campers. There is just not, it does not seem to be a vintage camper market here inside the giant forest, which really kind of threw me off. I saw a couple of teardrops. I thought, man, this is going to be loaded with smaller vintage campers, but it really wasn't. So my recommendation, stay in a cabin, check it out, because there's just so much to see and do here. Everything is giant. The boulders are giant, the trees are giant. So leave the camper at home and stay in a cabin.